Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. If you're new here, let me give you a little background about me. I'm a music producer, mostly a ghost producer for other people and companies. I've been in the industry for more than 10 years now, and I decided to start making videos about gear because I just love testing out new gear and I want to help you make the right choice. So today I'm going to review a new pair of studio monitors from Eve Audio, and these are the SC3070. So if you don't know Eve Audio yet, you should. They have a lot of monitors from the smaller, more budget-friendly two-way smaller monitors up to the bigger ones, the most flagship ones like this one. The 3070 is a true three-way system. It has three amplifiers combining a total of 335 watts of power, which is a lot of SPL for a home studio, let me tell you right away. This model combines a woofer, a 7-inch woofer that plays from as low as 35 Hz up to 320. Then we have a mid-range driver. It's a 4-inch driver that goes from 320 to 2800 Hz. And then we have the tweeter. It's an air motion transformer. As we all know, Eve has a really good background on this. It sounds really good and it deals with all the high end. So the advantage of a three-way system, if done right of course, is that each driver can focus more on a smaller range of frequencies. What that means is that if the driver doesn't have to worry so much about a lot of frequencies, they have more headroom to do the ones they're designed to very well. So the clarity is a lot better, they can deliver a lot more detail, and they don't interfere with the other frequencies. Now, three-way monitors are usually very big, so Eve Audio did a really good thing here. They combined all the qualities from a three-way monitor into a really small package. You've probably noticed by now from my hands, this is a really small speaker. It's even smaller than most two-way 8-inch monitors that we are used to see. It goes really deep though, so but it's really easy to fit into any space. So they did an amazing job with the cabinet itself. So this is perfect for people like me who have a studio at home. We don't have a huge space, so we can have this kind of definition without sacrificing so much space. As with every other Eve Audio monitor, they have a DSP built in. They have high quality converters. Everything is controlled by this front knob. You can see if you press it, you have high, mid, desk and low, and also the LED. You can control all the parameters here, which is really handy. You don't have to go on the back and flip switches and everything. It's really handy to have this here. I like the stock settings, but I did turn up the tweeter by 2 decibels. I like the sound a little bit brighter, so I did that. Everything else is stock, and I just love this way. Now let's talk about what you want to hear, the sound. So this is the third pair of monitors I'm testing from Eve, and in this past decade I've tested dozens of other monitors from other brands, and let me tell you, I didn't think I would say this because I'm a very indecisive person, but I have found my ENDGAME speaker. So what does this mean? It means that I've never heard anything like this. I've never heard this amount of definition. This is absolutely incredible. I really don't think I need to hear anything else for the next 10 years. I'm really absolutely amazed with these speakers. Now, I don't want to sound hyped or anything, but this is probably the perfect speaker for me, and I will tell you why. So the high end is the same high end we are used to from Eve Audio. It's that sweet, really defined and detailed sound, but it's not aggressive on the ears. I have days here working 12 hours straight on these speakers and no fatigue whatsoever. I can go outside and there's no ringing, there's nothing. It's perfect. The mid-range is really clear because of this dedicated driver. It's actually clear to the point that I don't need those white speakers anymore. Producers will know what I'm talking about. Now I think the real star of the show here is the low end, because the low end on these speakers is absolutely massive. There's no way. It still boggles my mind how much low end comes from these speakers. I had a previous system with a dedicated 10-inch subwoofer that doesn't go as low as these speakers. So imagine that you have a system with two dedicated subwoofers, one on each side, and they are perfectly timed, perfectly aligned, perfectly positioned, with all the measurements and stuff. It's really hard to do, by the way. These speakers do that without you having to worry about that, which is absolutely amazing. And it's not even a floppy bass, it's a really tight and defined bass. It really boggles my mind how they are able to pump this amount of low end and still have all the clarity in the mids and the high end. Nothing is masking other frequencies. It's absolutely beautiful. So this is basically perfect for me because I make bass heavy music. So I'm mostly into the bass and tech house vibe, and I really need the low end to be dialed in perfectly. So with these speakers I can do that very easily. So I also want to talk about the imaging. I really like the way Eve does imaging. I think it does it very well, even with the other speakers I tested. But these ones, I think they take it a step further. I don't think that was possible, but it is. So what do I mean by imaging? The way these speakers position the elements or the instruments or whatever in front of you in the stereo field is almost scary, because if you look at the speaker, the sound comes from everywhere but the speaker. So what I mean by this is, if you look directly at the speaker, it looks like nothing is coming out of these drivers but around them. I've had people come here to the studio and asking me where the other speakers were, because suddenly you hear a singer right in front of you, you hear a guitar right here. It's almost scary. You can literally touch what you are hearing. It's like magic. For this review I really didn't want to sound as hyped as I am right now, but I've never heard anything like this. I'm really obsessed with these speakers. So to end this review, I just want to say that I've been testing these monitors for a month now, and I've done a lot of tracks and mixing and mastering as well, and it's the first time that I didn't have to take any measurements or make any room correction whatsoever. I usually use Sonarworks for room correction. With these speakers I didn't felt the need to do that, because I just love the way they sound, and everything that I mix on them sounds perfect everywhere. So this is absolutely amazing, because I can spend more time being creative and not spending time doing 20 different mixes and checking everywhere in the car in the headphones, because I just don't need what sounds here. It sounds good everywhere. Unfortunately, these speakers aren't mine. They are a demo pair, and I'm going to ship them back. I'm really sad about it, and I hope soon enough I can have a pair for me, because I think I really need these speakers. I hope you liked this review. There's a lot more coming. Stay tuned, stay safe. Talk to you in the next video.